Sometimes I wake up fearing that nothing's gonna change. Even in the face of victories, it's like our whole outlook is stained. And I see the folks around me, seem so many are locked in place, all living their lives for tomorrow, hiding behind a poker face. And the cops and the corporations, they'll go to any length, but even with the worst oppression comes the most amazing strength. I met a man outside a Union Station who said it best like this. He said sometimes you just gotta talk to people to let them know they still exist. And houseless don't mean homeless. His neighbor was a passerby. He said you made my day. As I walked away, I could see it in his eyes. What a fucked up culture that we're scared of each other, people walking with their heads held down. And as I walked inside and got in line, that's what I was thinking about. The train ride to Baltimore was the same straight shot, swamps all filled with trash, developments popping up where woods once stood, the railroads abandoned shacks. The city's secrets have all been exposed, now too obvious to conceal. The prison rises up above the Greenmount homes, a dungeon of brick and steel. Across the bridge from the art district, boarded up houses line the streets. How quickly the change from the hip to the hood, you just walk across 83. In line for visitation, the conversation spreads. We talk about dope and the lack of hope. This old man nods his head. 18 years in the steel mills after 4 in Vietnam, 1 bullet in his leg and 1 in his side, to think how close he's come. Now he's lined up here with a few dozen others, with friends inside the walls, doing weekly visits through a chain-link box interspersed by payphone calls. And I sit down in this prison, to try to bridge some gaps, and it's hard as shit when things fall apart to try to build them back. I'm like, I know they fucked you over, man, it's pretty plain to see, but how many times do you think they're gonna lock you up before they throw away the key? And I ain't praising them, and I surely ain't blaming you, but you're digging yourself down deeper and deeper every time you heat the spoon. When the prison doors open, it's an uphill fight and you learn from your mistakes, but you can't ignore the human heart and the confessions that it makes. And at times I get so hopeless that the end becomes a myth, but every now and then I meet a new friend who sums it up like this: that life is what we make it, accountability is shared, and the fact is that people don't understand each other, but everybody cares.